we're gonna get into previewing the Atlantic Division, which consists of the NBA champions, the Boston Celtics, the New York Knicks, the Brooklyn Nets, the Toronto Raptors, and who was the other team?
Philly.
The Philadelphia 76ers. Let's start off with probably the weakest team in the league, the Brooklyn Nets. What are we expecting from them this year?
A bunch of losing. that's literally all I'm expecting from them is a bunch of losing. Cam Thomas and Ben Simmons putting up empty calorie stats. But other than that, I'm expecting a bunch of nothing from them, bro. I expect them to be, if not last in the league, they definitely gonna get a top 3 pick this year.
Honestly, from the Brooklyn Nets, I'm expecting losing. I'm expecting them to basically have a super fire sale. I expect Dorian Finney-Smith to be off that team. I wouldn't be shocked if Ben Simmons gets off that team. I think they still got Bogdanovich from when they got the Knicks. I think he will be off this team. I ain't gonna lie, it wouldn't be shocking to me if Nick Claxton was off this team, even though he just signed a big deal. I will not be shocked. And it's like I praised the Nets I gave there when they traded for those picks at A, but it's like, bruh, this is really just a waste of a year. Try to get that first overall pick, even though, well, really now it doesn't really matter what the record is. As long as you have one of the worst records, you get a chance to get first overall. So just try to really have the first overall picks. And I've said it. I wouldn't be shocked if the Nets start out like early, like hot in the beginning of the year, like 11-6 or something, and then they'd be like, hey, the Nets, they looking a little scary, but then it's like, no, bro. Cam Thomas is just out there shooting. I mean, their best thing they have is Cam Thomas. Oh, and Cam Johnson. I think he's gonna be gone too.
Yeah, I think this is the bit low key. Besides them, the what is it? The Nets and the Raptors.
Yeah.
Besides them two, I think this is the best division in the East.
Oh yeah. This is easily the best division because they're starting 5. Is Ben starting?
Yes, Ben's gonna start.
Dennis Schroeder, Cam Thomas, Cam Johnson, Ben Simmons, and Nick Claxton. Hey man, that's starting 5 on paper. That ain't bad. I ain't gonna lie. That ain't that bad. I'm just saying that ain't bad. Dennis Schroeder don't suck. He don't. Like, I mean, hey, on paper that ain't a bad team. I might play with them on 2K. Well, I don't got 2K, so let me.
Man, ain't nobody playing with them on 2K.
I know. Hey, I see somebody on the internet. They a legit diehard Brooklyn fan. They love the Nets.
That's because they finna get Cooper Flag.
Hey, I saw something that said a high executive. He not high on Cooper Flag this year. He's not high on him, and I think you said it like a month ago. You said that I don't think you said like he was weak or nothing, but it's like you aren't high on him as all these other people are. There might be other players that might be just better than him or might go higher overall than him.
Yeah, he got to show me something, that Duke. He got to show me something.
He gonna play good, but I expect the Nets to be at the bottom of the East. If they not, I know we talked about the Wizards. So who you put your money on like worse in the East, Wizards or the Nets?
The Wizards in that division.
Not the Wizards in the division.
Between the Wizards and the Raptors. I'm not right.
No, the Wizards and the Nets. Who the worst?
Who's the worst? Low key, I'm gonna say the Nets still. I think Washington has more pieces than them. Because besides Ben and Cam, I mean, well, yeah, you still got Shooter in them, but they got Alex Sarr, Valanciunas, Kuzma, Poole. I like that more than the Nets.
If I had to choose, gun to my head, I'm gonna go with the Wizards. Gun to my head.
Someone gun in my head. Gun to your head. Name me 5 DDG songs.
Hey, DDG songs? I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm gone, bro. I'm gone, bro. Off the top, gun to my head, bro. I ain't gonna cap. I don't know. Only know one song, and that's Moonwalking in Calabasas. That's
Calabasas.
it. That's it. That's it, bro. Like literally off the top of my head. Yeah, that's it. Bro. And then the person say you got 10 seconds. You might as well.
You cook.
You might as well.
Cook, bro.
You might as well be cooked, bro. I'm like, yeah, nah, bro. But the Nets, man, the Nets they're not a good team, and I do expect them to be at the bottom of the East End. Potentially Cooper Flag in a white and black jersey. The next team, the Toronto Raptors. What are we expecting from them this year?
I'm expecting them to be competitive. I think they're still gonna lose some games. They might fight for a play-in, but I expect them to be competitive, and I expect them to be a lottery team. I think Scotty, RJ, and Quickly are gonna put up their stats, of course. But I think Polo's gone as well. Polo doesn't really fit their timeline, so I think they might flip Polo and try to get some more draft compensation back, and try to build more throughout the draft.
Who's gonna start for center then?
Once they trade them,
Yeah, like if they trade him,
what's that?
who are they signing? Or like what
Who's
other
gonna know?
big
It's they got a big on their team. What's that?
I'm looking at the roster. I see some dude named Yuldrich Kasume. Chumi? I don't know. I've never heard of him. Oh, and they still got Chris Boucher. Chris Boucher. Oh, I thought Chris Boucher
Yeah,
was
Boucher.
Chris Boucher might be. I don't think he's a good player. Chris Boucher older than Yaka. Surprisingly, Chris Boucher 31. Yako 28.
They still got Kelly Olynyk.
Oh, I forgot about Kelly Olynyk. Kelly Olynyk.
They got Bruno Fernando. So I mean, but you gotta think, bro. This team is gonna be a weak team in the East, so it's like they gonna be competitive, but they still gonna be a lottery team. So give your young players more reps. Allow them to get better, and then you still get a lottery pick, and you can either flip that or draft someone, and try to rebuild your team quicker. But I do expect them to be competitive.
The Raptors, I do expect them to be kind of bottom of the East, fight for a play-in spot. They do have pieces, but then when I look at the roster, I feel like they got too many pieces. I feel like they're kind of guard heavy. You got Jacoby Walters, Jamal Shead. I like Jamal Shead. He was good when he played for Houston. You traded for Davion Mitchell. You still got Grady Dick. And it's like, and Ochai Agbaji. It's like, why do y'all have all these young guards? I feel like y'all should probably flip some of them young guards and try to get some more veteran type players on your team. Like your veteran really is probably Bruce Brown. If somebody wants to consider him, yeah, Kelly Olynyk. But after that, that's it. So I think they're kind of moving in the right direction, but when I look, it's like, I still don't kind of know what you guys are doing. But the Raptors, I do expect them to potentially fight for a play-in. I think the core is really Quickly, RJ and Scotty, because they paid Quickly like 30-something million. Is he worth that? You think he worth that? Yeah.
Nah, I think it's didn't he win 6-man, right?
Well, for the Knicks?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. He was the 6-man.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's why they really paying him 30 mil, but I'll probably say he like a little under 30, probably like in the 25 range. But yeah, he's 25. RJ's 24. Scotty's 23. Polo's 28. So like Polo's not that far ahead of them, but he doesn't really still fit their time. I think they, like you said, and then they got a lot of guards. I think they're gonna have Oh shit! I think they gonna have a fire sale too.
I think I ain't gonna lie. Grady Dick was good at Kansas. I don't think
Yeah,
he's
ain't
the
it?
answer though.
Hey, look,
I don't
I'm
think.
not gonna lie to you. I saw that coming in the league, bro. Like he's just not. He just his ball hit well. Who knows how he does this upcoming season? Hopefully he plays better. But his ball handling isn't at an elite level. And then his best attribute was shooting, but he didn't really shoot that well last year. So hopefully he comes into this season shooting better. And he's not athletic enough. Um, he's 6'6", but he's not really that athletic. He's not really that quick laterally. So I don't think Grady Dick's it either. I
You
think that
think
was just one of them picks they had to pick.
you think Jacoby Walters makes like a difference? Because last year with Baylor, he was their best player, and he played good. Obviously, college NBA, but you think he can make an impact this year?
This year, no. I don't think it'll be this year unless something like barring injuries or something like that. Then yeah, but as it stands right now, no. He reminds me of another Bones Highland.
Yeah,
Honestly, Bones Highland quickly they are remind me of the same type of player. Um, but that means because he's 20, that means in order for him to make an impact, he would have to take over Davion Mitchell,
I think he
Grady
can, but
Dick,
not right away.
Ochi Abaji.
I
It's
think
gonna
he
be
might be
hard.
better than
Yeah,
Ochi. I thought Ochi was gonna be good, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I thought he was gonna be decent.
yeah.
Coming
So he
off
got some
Kansas
guard.
that championship year, I thought Ochi Abaji was gonna be decent. Time comes to
So he
find
got.
out, he ain't it.
Nah, yeah, he got some guards to play that he got to play in front of. I don't think he'll make an impact this year
I
unless he just go
wouldn't.
like stupid dummy in the G League.
Oh, he started. You think he started G League?
I don't think he'll start in the G League, but I think he's gonna spend most of his time down in the G League.
I wouldn't be shocked if they do flip Bruce Brown. He gets in the starting lineup
Mm.
with Quickly, Jacoby, move RJ to 3. Well, RJ will play 3 regardless. Then Scotty Barnes at the 4. I wouldn't be shocked. I think it would be either be him or Davion Mitchell. Davion Mitchell, in a new environment,
He is
he
six
plays better.
four. Yeah,
Oh,
I ain't even Walters.
yeah.
They backcourt gonna be small though, because Quickly is only 6'2".
I mean, people be having they might run a lineup out there with Davion Mitchell and Quickly at some point. Not like fully, but like at certain stints. And Davion Mitchell only 6 foot. It's just he's really good defender. He's like I thought Davion Mitchell was gonna because man, when he came out of Baylor, he was really good.
Yeah, he was
And
hot.
it's like I feel like it kind of isn't his fault. He had De'Aaron Fox there on the Kings. Then Tyrese was there. And
Hmm.
then they flipped Tyrese. And then it's like, okay, you get more responsibility. And it's like, he just never. And then
Yeah, he
Malik
had
Monk
his
takes the
chance.
shine.
He had his opportunity. He didn't run away with it though. He definitely had an opportunity to.
But the Raptors, I mean, I expect them to be below average. I don't think they're going to be like super trash, but I think they'll be like a below average team, honestly. So I like Scotty, though. Scotty gonna be picked up in fantasy, man. Scotty might go in like the 4th round. I wouldn't be shocked.
Nah, he might go higher than that, bro. He might go like third. He might like go third round. Cause you gotta think about it, bro. He finna put up a lot of empty stats.
Scotty Barnes in the 3rd round?
Yeah.
The third round.
Yes.
I gotta
Yeah.
look at some other fantasy players, bro. Oh, third, man, that's a 3rd round. Cause Scotty, if off the top of my head, I think he averaged like 40, like mid 40s. I think at one point
Mid
maybe
40s to
50.
50s. Yeah, yeah. So he gonna go third round, bro. Cause it's just he has so much of an opportunity now. Cause now the coaches, what's the name of their coach? I can't remember his name.
It's I kind of know the name. I just can't pronounce it. It's
Igor or something like that.
Darko Radovic. That's the best I could do. Darko Rakhmatovic. That's the best I could do.
But he talked about Scotty being the best player in the league. So
he definitely was capping. But I mean, that's what you do for your best player, and like that's what you do. So I don't have a problem with that. But he definitely was lying. All right, the next team, the Philadelphia 76ers. What do we expect from your team this year?
Well, with the Sixers, I think that move with the Knicks, it low key put them in the shadow of everybody else. And so that could be a good thing and a bad thing. It could be a good thing because you don't have a limelight on you 24/7. So when you lose those games you're not supposed to lose, and you're having difficulties to start the year, because I think they're gonna have difficulties to start the year just because of team chemistry. But so them not having that light on them, I think that does them just.
You're muted, yeah.
That does them justice, and that allows them to lock in more and build that team camaraderie. Also, they're my dark horse team. I believe in them boys. I think they can make some noise with Joel Embiid in the PG pick and roll, or even Tyrese Maxey in PG role, or vice versa, because they got their guards doing as a screen man now. So they're gonna be good. Only thing is, it's the others, bro. It's the Caleb Martins, it's the Eric Gordons, it's the Kelly Oubre's. What are y'all gonna do? Are y'all gonna bring it every single night? Because we got PG, Tyrese, and Embiid. But are these others going to come along with someone different, going to come along with us every single night to help us win these games in the NBA? So yeah. Ricky Council. I think Ricky Council is going to get a lot of minutes for them. I've watched him this summer in the Rico Hines, and then even in summer league, he looked like he's ready to step out on the floor and play some NBA minutes.
The 76ers, Joel Embiid is one of my favorite players in the NBA. Tyrese Maxey is good. Paul George is still one of my favorite players in the NBA. So I definitely think they have the roster to definitely win a championship. And I'm going to echo what you said with the others. What are we expecting from basically 50-year-old Eric Gordon, Caleb Martin, Kelly Oubre? You bring back an old Kyle Lowry. You do got Andre Drummond on the bench, who is he's a great backup big man. He's a great backup big man. Because
Jared McCann.
Yes, and I was just going to say Jared McCain. I'm surprised you ain't say him. I like Jared McCain. I don't care about all that other stuff people talk about. I think he's a decent basketball player as a rookie. And they still got KJ Martin. I think can contribute. Will he play a lot? I don't know. But I think their bench, it's not a bad bench, but it's like, where is the firepower coming from off the bench? Like
Eric Gordon.
But Eric Gordon hasn't been. I ain't gonna lie. He really ain't been really that good since Houston when Harden was there. And Eric Gordon is old now. So you're basically gonna ask Jared McCain, old Eric Gordon, all them type of guys to contribute. And because the starting lineup, I think, is gonna be Tyrese Maxey, Kelly Oubre, Paul George, Caleb Martin, and Joel. That's a small lineup somewhat. Like Caleb Martin, I think he's a tall guy, but it's not a big guy. He's not big. And Kelly Oubre, obviously, he's not big, but it definitely helps space on the floor because basically everybody in that starting five can shoot. So the Sixers, I think they definitely have the team to definitely win a championship. And I've already said I think they're the third best team in the East. It's the only thing I'm really worried about is their bench. That's really it.
Caleb's 6'5", 205, and Kelly is 6'7", 203.
See, Caleb is 6'5". I ain't gonna lie, he looked taller on TV. 6'5", 205, that ain't it. And Kelly Oubre, he's 6'7", 203.
Yeah.
That's not a lot of physicality on that team. So, obviously Joel, but he's really your biggest guy.
I mean, but Nick Nurse is a great coach, so I think they'll be fine defensively. I mean, they got a lot of length out there still. They're like their shortest person is probably what Maxi. He's 6'2", 200 pounds. So it's like I mean, they'll be decent. Then you got a big fella in the back, anchoring the defense. I think they'll be okay. It's
I
just
forgot about Reggie Jackson.
offensive wise, what are they gonna do? Besides them big three, what is these others gonna do offensively? Because if they don't give us nothing offensively, it's gonna be hard to win games throughout the regular season because that's when you're gonna need your bench players the most during the regular season. And when it gets to the playoffs, what are you guys gonna do in the playoffs too? So those others they got to step it up this season. I think losing Melton was a big piece for them. Losing him was big.
I like D'Anthony Melton.
Yeah.
He's a good defender, can shoot the 3 ball, and he was a lengthy for a guard, so he was lengthy.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely agree. But for some reason, Nick Nurse, because I think he was somewhat healthy in the playoffs, but Nick Nurse ain't play him for some reason. He didn't play him like that, and I think he definitely would have helped. Oh, and I forgot they got Reggie Jackson. So Reggie Jackson, Kyle Lowry, Eric Gordon. It's like
Yeah, that's not it. They
and
bench
that's
is really old.
bench is old and just not good. Like it's just. I think they go do something. I want to see like when they first like their first preseason game, whenever that is. But I feel like they're gonna have a like two of them is gonna be out there at all times. At
Yeah,
least
for
two of the
sure.
big three is gonna
Yeah.
be out there. If it's Tyrese, Paul George, Joel, Maxi, it don't matter. I feel like at some point, two of them have to be on the court at all times.
To be
Like
honest,
it just has to be.
to be honest, I think Joel. I don't want to say the odd man out, but I think Nick Nurse is gonna give Joel a lot of rest so he can save him for the playoffs. So I think we're gonna see more Maxi and PG on the floor together than anything. Because like I said, they want to give Joel rest and make sure he doesn't get any ticky tack injuries. And he can last the entire season.
Last year, Tyrese Maxey averaged 37 minutes per game. And know this small sample size, but Joel in the 39 games, he averaged 33.
Mm.
Is that about the same? Or is
Yeah,
it going to be a little bit more?
he's still gonna be about the same, around 30, 33.
And
Yeah, he's
Paul
still gonna,
George maybe averages what, 35, 36
yeah.
minutes per game.
Mm-hmm.
Can all three of them give me 20 per game?
Yes, all three can do it. But I need Kelly Oubre to give me like 10 to 13, 14, 15.
Kelly Oubre a good player. I just feel like he's like a streaky type player. Like,
No, he
he's just
is.
one of them. If he on, he on. If he not, he not. Like, he's just one of them. And Caleb Martin too. Because I thought that was a steal when they signed him. Like, he took less money basically from the Heat. I mean, he took less money with the Sixers than the Heat. So I thought that was a good sign. But it's still kind of like a small take. Because what's Paul George, like 6'9"?
Yeah, like 6'8", 6'9".
Yeah, he's 6'8", 220. So yeah, this is like so basic. So that's your second biggest person. And you got Caleb Martin at 205, and then Kelly Oubre at 203. Ugh. And
Like I
Tyrese
said, I
Maxey
think
at
they'll be
200.
good, bro. They got a lot of length.
No,
They
I
might
think they're
not be,
good.
yeah, they might not be like 215, 220, 230, but they still long. And we are talking about defensive players as far as Paul George, Kelly Oubre, and Caleb Martin. So I think they'll be good. I think they'll be good.
What do you think about Jared McCain? What do you expect from him this year?
I
I think
think
he'll be
Jared
decent.
McCain. I think he's gonna make it. I honestly, well, let me put it like this: if Nick Nurse allows Jared McCann to play, I think that he will have a significant impact on this team because he has a high IQ, he can shoot the basketball, and he can play off ball. So if he plays well in training camp and he plays well during the preseason, or if one of these old guards get hurt, I think Jared McCain can make an impact.
And they also got Yabusele, the dude from the Olympics. They got him on that team too. The dude that dunk on Bron.
Yeah, the big dude.
They got him too.
Yeah, he played decent.
Yeah, he
played
played
decent.
in the Olympics.
Yeah,
But is he gonna trend? Is what he did at like the Olympics and overseas? Because I saw something that said like his 3-point percentage in the Olympics was really good, and obviously he did play in the NBA with the Celtics. But is what he did over there still? Is it gonna translate to the NBA? Is he still gonna be like a good 3-point shooter?
Well, I know for a fact his defense is going to translate. His motor is going to translate. Um, see, that's the thing, because I think the line in the Olympics was like a little bit shorter than the NBA, isn't it?
It's a little bit shorter.
Yeah, so that makes a big difference. Um, I mean, the way he played against Team USA, he played against a bunch of all stars and superstars, and he played really well. So theoretically, it should transfer. But the NBA, that's a different stage, bro. That's more spotlight. And overseas, you got a chance to build your confidence up and to do whatever you want, basically on those teams. So coming back to the NBA, it'd be different. But it should translate. It should. Will it? The only way to find out is to see, but it should translate.
In the NBA, he shot 32%. See, I'm looking at his Olympic stats. I mean, his Olympic 3-point percentage, yeah, he didn't really shoot that well. But I'm trying to find like his overseas stats. If I can
But it was
find
just
that,
that one good game that he played well, huh?
I think it was probably that one good game, bro. Because he shot 28% from three in the Olympics.
Yeah, that's not good at all.
Yeah, it was that game against. No, wait, wrong one. It was that game against Japan. He shot 3 for 6. But really the next like 3 out of those 4 games, he didn't shoot a 3 at all. He was just going dummy crazy
Yeah, he was.
overall.
He was. He definitely was.
But the Sixers, I expect them to be third in the West. I mean, I said West, third in the East. I expect them to be honestly a great team. It really just depends on Joel Embiid. If he can stay healthy, they got a chance. They got a chance. All right, next team, the New York Knicks. What do we expect from them this year?
Oh boy, well,
Nah, man.
before I wasn't that big fan of the Knicks, but with this cat trade, I'm really a big fan of the Knicks now, because now trading Cat for Julius and Dante, that was a great move, not only because they got a better offensive player, but also the fit as well. Um, when they had Julius, it clogged up the lane for Jalen Brunson, so it couldn't really allow him to. On top of that, they both left-handed, so they both on the same side. So the driving lanes weren't that open with Julius Randle on the floor. But now you have Cat. So Cat likes to shoot and play on the perimeter, so that spaces the floor. And then you have Jalen Brunson, that opens up the driving lanes for him and lets him get into his mid-range bag and makes him comfortable. I think getting Cat, it makes that offense run so smoothly, and it could be a very high potent offense because your two superstar players are comfortable in that offense because, like I said, it allows Jalen Brown to drive and get to his midi, and it allows Cat to play on the perimeter and shoot threes because he believes he's the best shooting big man ever will. So it allows them to be comfortable, and if your superstars are comfortable, it makes the offense run smoothly. Then there's the other guys; they're a bunch of 3-and-D players anyway, so they're going to be able to play off of them, and they're going to be comfortable in knowing their role and knowing what they have to do on the defense and offensive end. And on top of that, Cat best years was with Tibbs. His best years rebounding, his best years as a shot blocker, his some of his best years scoring wise. So I think that was a really good move for them. Um, uh, and then on top of that, it frees that trade. It frees up some. It honestly made Tibbs' job easier. Because remember, I said Tibbs had all these bodies that he had to play and that he had to worry about. Now you can trade Dante and Julius. Now it frees up some of those minutes because most of those players, like you could probably get away with it in the regular season playing all of them, but once it gets down to the playoffs, Oh, that might mess up the team chemistry and the camaraderie once y'all start losing because Dante probably would have wanted more minutes because look at what I did in the playoff, same as Josh Hart, and all of them. So them moving those two players, it gave Tibbs a better chance of coaching and it made his lineups and his rotations easier. Um, but yeah. Only thing is, what do you do with Mitchell Robinson? Now what do you do with him?
I was gonna ask you that. He's supposed to be out until January. Are you gonna start him next to Cat, or are you bringing him off the bench?
I'm bringing him off the bench, honestly. Me personally, what I would do, well, who's on their bench?
I was gonna say the same thing. They lack a little depth now. Like, cause it's Miles McBride, Campaign, Precious Achua, Landry Shamit. That's it, I think.
I mean, I would flip. I would once Mitchell Robinson come back healthy, I would try to flip Mitchell Robinson for another backup big because Mitchell Robinson's honestly a starter in this league. And I know for a fact he's not going to want to come off the bench, but you have to play Cat at the 5. I think the
Okay.
Knicks would be more effective if you play Cat at the 5 instead of starting him with Mitchell Robinson. It can work because we've seen it in Minnesota, but Mitchell Robinson he's always hurt. So you might as well just put Cat back at the 5 because I think Cat played the 5 when he was with Tibbs, and those were his best years.
Yeah, I think he did play 5.
Yeah, and those were his best years. So put Cat back at the 5, and then that way you can start Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, Mikael Bridges, and OG. Because Josh Hart needs to start. Josh Hart is a big piece of that team. So yeah, I would flip Mitchell Robinson and try to get either some draft compensation back or try to get some bench players.
So, I said
Backup
it.
big.
You said what?
I said, or backup big.
I said it in like in my video last week. Like the Knicks, I said they are the second best team in the East. You got Jalen Brunson. He gets a probably, Cat has said it, the best shooting big man ever. I think he was lying, but that's neither here or there. That's neither here or there. But Cat is definitely one of the best shooting big men we've ever seen. He
Mhm.
helps spread the floor. His defense, it's not like Rudy Gobert or Mitchell Robinson, Wemby type good, but it's still good. I just feel like it helps space the floor with this 5-out offense. But me personally, I probably start Mitchell Robinson next to him and put Cat at the 4 only because Cat doesn't worry about being this shot blocking big, having to always go for the rebound, the defense or the offensive rebound. He has Mitchell Robinson behind him. Mitchell Robinson, credit, he gets hurt, but he still is one of the best shot blocking big men in the league. So I'd rather have him. But you said it, Josh Hart needs to start. I do agree. I kind of agree with that because Josh Hart is one of the best hustle men in the league. He gonna get 15 rebounds. We've seen it. He shooting wise, not the best, but in that playoff series, he shot really good from the 3. But I just the fact that hustle type, that hustle player, the gritty, the physical, he brings all of that, and you already got to some people the best defensive wings in the game, and OG and Mikael Bridges, and you got Jalen Brunson, a top a top point guard in the NBA. But I probably start Mitchell Robinson at the 5, and the Knicks, they definitely lack depth. That's their problem.
I don't think I don't think Cat being at the 5, they will really have a rebounding problem because like I said, Cat played his best years on the Tibbs. He averaged like 12 rebounds when he was playing for Tibbs, like those 3 years.
And for real.
Um, and then on top of that, you still got OG who could rebound. You still got Mikael who could rebound, and then you got Josh Hart who's a really great rebounder. So I don't think the rebound will really suffer that well, or that much. Only thing is the offense because Tibbs has always had it's always had a stagnant offense. But like I was saying earlier, with Cat coming there now, their offense has a chance to be very potent because it opens up the floor for everyone. Like I said, it opens up driving lanes for Jalen Brunson and allows him to be comfortable and do whatever he wants, and allows them other guys to play their role as a 3-and-D and play off those two. Um, so that's the only thing that I would really that and like you said, depth. But those are the only two things for real. And to be honest with you, I don't think the offense is really if they do the offensive right, if they do that offensive game planning right, they should be good. They should be good. Even with the lack
If
of
they
depth.
still had Isaiah Hartenstein, would you put them as champions? They still had him.
You would still have to flip Mitchell. Or one of them. You would still have to because you need that depth on the bench.
Who wants Mitchell Robinson?
The Pelicans. They need a big.
Who did go
The
trade?
Warriors. The Warriors need a big.
Man, the Warriors ain't never getting a big, bro.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Hornets try to trade for him.
They already got Mark Williams. I'd rather keep Mark Williams than Mitchell.
Yeah, but they don't. That man always hurt. Well, you can't have two hurt bigs, but who else? That's really about it. That just they need a big.
But the thing is, we're gonna see it on opening night because the Knicks and the Celtics face off. So we're really gonna see how this works. I just like I'm like the 2-man game with Jalen Brunson and Cat. Because I saw somebody said a stat. Like Karl-Anthony Towns is one of the best players in pick and roll with another big. Because he always there was a couple of times he threw lobs to Rudy Gobert. Yeah. And maybe if they do start Mitchell Robinson or if they're both in the game at the same time, that can happen. That can change. And that will make life so much easier. It'll make the offense just so much better. Like the Knicks, they did something right, man. They really did something right. And this might be better than them Carmelo Anthony Knicks team. This might be better.
Yeah, no, it is better. Them Knicks teams, the most they had was JR, Melo,
they had Shumpert,
and Amari.
Amari, I think, was he there for a couple of years?
Yeah. But those are their best players.
They had Tyson Chandler too.
He was kind of older though.
That was after he won the championship with the Mavericks.
But now they got literally a legit starting 5. Or you might as well even say 6 with Mitchell Robinson.
Who was it? Was it Kendrick Perkins or was it Bobby Marks? I forgot. They said this is the best starting 5 in the league.
Them on the Celtics.
I'm not putting it over the Celtics, man. I ain't gonna care. But I love this trade, man. I know Cat, he did everything for Minnesota, but if somehow they win the ring, man.
They did say everybody that got traded from the Timberwolves won the ring.
You saw that?
Yeah.
That's a crazy stat.
That's a crazy stat.
That's a crazy. Kevin Garnett won a ring after he got traded. Kevin Love won a ring. Man, Minnesota just be trading all good bigs just like that.
Wiggins got a ring or a ring.
Well, it was with bigs, but I get what you're saying. Man. I definitely get. Hey, man, Jalen Brunson. Hey, low key. I remember you said that his stats might go down with this offense now. Jalen Brunson scoring might go up.
Yeah, it might go up. It might go up now.
With the space.
I think all his stats might go up, to be honest with you, because I think they're gonna put the ball. Well, he already had the ball in his hands a lot, but I think his usage rate is gonna be higher than what it was.
Another thing, I think I saw somebody else saying it was probably good. They don't have another legit ball handler on that team outside of Jalen Brunson. What other legit ball handler do you got? Because Julius
can bring the ball up. Josh Hart can bring the ball up. I wouldn't say see, it's a difference. Just needing somebody to initiate your offense is one thing. Somebody playing point guard like Brunson is another. As long as you got players to bring the ball up and who won't turn the ball up over and let then give Jalen Brunson the ball in the half court, then you're good. But I don't think they need like another like dynamic point guard or like another backup point guard to really like handle the ball.
No, I don't think they need another like ball handler, I would say, but I think because last year Julius Randle gave me 5 assists. Jalen Brunson gave me 6. Who else can be that outside
Hart.
of Jalen Brunson?
Josh Hart. Josh Hart. It's gonna be Josh Hart. Because the way he played at Villanova, shit, even the way he played last year in the playoffs. It's gonna be Josh Hart's gonna be that other guy that's gonna get you about 4 or 5 assists. And then like you said, we still got Cat. Cat can
Cat
get you
isn't a
about
bad ball handler. He's not bad.
as far as like passing and moving the ball and
I
like
think he's okay, passer.
he averaged what about 3 assists last year, 3-4 assists last year.
Well, last year he averaged 2, but I think I think Cat has last year he averaged 3, and some years I think not the years with Tibbs, but 3 out of the last 5 years he's giving you at least 4 assists per game.
Yeah, so they'll be all right. And then they all going they Villanova boys, so they gonna move the ball.
Well, not all of them. They let one go. Bro.
Yeah, but they gonna be good.
Do you wish we could have seen this, like how it would have played out with Julius Randle and them, and then say flip him, or it's like you don't care?
Nah, I think they did the right move. I think they did right flipping him before the season because I think with him there, he knew his time was up. So, like, of course, he's still going to be professional and he's going to go out there and play. But the team camaraderie might have been different. You know what I mean? So that could have caused them to lose games that they weren't supposed to lose, or that could have went anyway, honestly. So I think them move, and then it was like the big ass elephant in the room anyway. So they got that cleared
I don't
out.
get why though. I still don't get. Like, okay, if they never traded for Mikal, would it still been an elephant in the room, though?
No. I think if they didn't trade for Mikal and it was still just Dante, Jalen, Julius, Josh Harden, all them, I think it would have been good.
But just the fact that they traded for another Villanova boy is like, yeah, you're the odd man out, buddy.
And another wing on top, another forward on top of that.
It's like that group of, it's like your homies, other group of friends, then you come along, you like, yeah, I really don't know y'all like that.
Yeah. So
like, I mean, I know my homie, but I don't really like know y'all like that.
Yeah. So I think they did the right move for flipping. A
lot of people said they wish they would have seen how the Villanova boys would have worked out.
It's just too many bodies, bro. How you gonna play all them people?
Oh, he was gonna find a way. He was gonna find a way.
He would have had to, but somebody would have been upset, bro. Somebody would have got upset, bro. Because ain't no way you playing 7 to 8 people every single night. And like I said, in the regular season, that can probably work. But they had a bunch of they were deep before they traded them. They were deep.
I mean, it would have been Jalen. Pick between DiVincenzo or Josh Hart, Mikal, OG, and Randall would have played 5 because Mitchell Robinson now. So I don't know who you would have put between Josh or DiVincenzo, but and then if Mitchell Robinson comes back, I mean, they was gonna play. Like it was just go. Somebody want to get a lot of minutes.
McBride, you still got McBride. McBride played really well during the playoffs.
Yeah, man.
And you know the playoffs is where you make your money at. And then you still got Landry Shamet for shooting.
Yeah.
Who else they got on here? And so you still got Precious Achua played okay. So like they had a lot of Tiaz had a lot of bodies. He would have had to figure out something. And now trading them, it makes his job a little bit easier. Because Tiaz only likes to play like 6, 7 guys anyways.
No, that was just a play. Hey man. Could you play Patal Thibodeau?
Hell yeah. Because I know I'm getting 30 plus minutes a night. Hell yeah. I know I'm gonna get my money and my stats. So hell yeah, I can play for him. Hell yeah, man. I love playing for a coach who's gonna play me all game.
Like some players, some people don't like that, man. They don't like, they don't like playing like, it's cool for getting like 30, maybe like 34, 35, but damn, they're almost 40. Ugh. That's a long time. Like Josh Hart was playing the whole game, bro.
You gotta be in shape for that though. Like, I mean, of course they're in shape because they're NBA players, but like you gotta be in real like tip top shape to play 40 minutes of NBA basketball.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, I couldn't do it. I be thinking about it now. I'm like, man, I'm like, man, they just be running up and down and playing defense at the. I'm like, oh man, maybe I'm just fat and just out of shape. But all right, that's it for the Knicks. The last team, the Boston Celtics. What do we expect from them this year?
Well, Boston Celtics, they're still the favorites in the division since they're the reigning champs. Um, I feel like though with KP being hurt, how's their season gonna start off? Because and once it gets to the playoffs, seeding matters. So you winning these games early in the season, that matters. So with KP not being there, that allows the Celtics, I'm not the Celtics, the 76ers or the Knicks to potentially become that first seed because those games are only like 1, 2, 3 games from first and third. So home court advantage is very important in the playoffs. But I expect the Boston Celtics to still be the Boston Celtics. It's just that with KP out for the first month or no 2 months. He's out for
Yeah,
like the
he
first two,
might
three
not come
months,
back
right?
until like December or some maybe like early January.
Yeah, he's so the first 2, 3 months. How are they gonna be then? How are they gonna play then? I think they still got a lot of pieces on their team. They still pretty stacked. Um, but how are they gonna be this first like 2 months, 3 months of the season? But they still a favorite. They're the champs. So you gotta give them credit.
Uh, I do agree about like KP because KP he helps spread the floor. He's one of the best shocking big men in the league, one of the best shooting big men in the league. So kind of hurts with the spacing, helps with your defense, but they still on any day you can argue like on the court they got four of the best like six players on the court. You can argue it. Jason Tatum, he tweaked his shot. I'll send a video after this. Jaylen Brown comes back hungry. Derek White, Drew Holiday, probably the best defensive backcourt in the league, man. And I still expect Joe Mazzulla to shoot a lot of 3-pointers just like he did last year. Because when I looked up like how many 3-pointers, I think they attempted 42 3-pointers last year.
That's a lot. And Tatum had to shoot at least like 10 threes last year, or like close to like 8.
10? Yeah, I don't think it was
He shot a
10.
lot of threes, bro. He shot a lot of threes.
I'm gonna look right now. Like there,
It's between 7 and 10. I know that for sure.
Tatum is 3-point attempts last year. He attempted. Oh no, he might be right. He attempted 8 last year. I mean, the year before he attempted 9.
Yeah.
His lowest was his first 2 years in the league, but after that, he's always attempted at least 7 or more 3-pointers a game. Jaylen Brown, he attempted 5, but the years before he attempted 7. So I mean, I expect all of them to shoot a lot of threes, but the thing is, they brought back the same exact team. So to some people, did they really get better? Because a lot of people, when you win a championship, you usually make changes. You don't really bring back the same group. Like, did they really get better? Because they brought back the same exact team from last year. The only person they brought new was Lonnie Walker, who I think will help.
No, I mean, no, they didn't get better as far as like team wise. But I don't think that's still gonna hurt them because, like I said, Jason Tatum could have played better last year. Jaylen Brown's gonna play better this year. And like you said, they're both hungry. So even though they do got the exact same team, and teams have seen this before, and they have a lot of film on them, they still have to go out there and stop them. And that's gonna be very hard, especially when you got two star players hungry. So
last year, Yeah. So last year they made 16 3-pointers per game and attempted 42. So, and I think they're gonna have a great defense because like I said, the Porzingis that does hurt, and you do have Al Horford starting, but this was the first year in a minute that Al Horford didn't have to, you didn't have to like need him to basically be the backbone of your defense. Because obviously I think he's almost about to be like 39 or 40, something like that. So now you're asking an old Al Horford to basically be the backbone of your defense. But like I said, you still got two of the best defensive guards in the league. You got Jason Tatum, who's a good defender, Jaylen Brown, who's a really good defender. Then you still have that. So I do feel like the Celtics are still going to be at the top of the East. They are the best team in the league as of right now. Obviously, they won the championship. And whenever Porzingis comes back, that just makes the offense better because even though they didn't face nobody last year in the playoffs, they were still smacking everybody around with no Porzingis, basically. Like the Celtics, I still have them in front of. I still have them in front of the Knicks, even though the Knicks have gotten better. But until they face off for real at full strength, I'll be like, okay, maybe the Knicks might be better. But for now, I got the Celtics. And Jason Tatum, he said he coming back hungry, man. He coming back hungry. All right. That is it for our preview of the Atlantic Division.